Rise from your grave.
Well, that's the last time I played Hexen. Well, let's talk about Altered Beast. What? I can't be bothered to come up with a decent segue. Killbot is now a segue-less show. We don't simply transition to the next matter of discussion here. We're talking about Altered Beast, and if you don't like it, there's the door. Well, that's my door, but I'm sure you can find your door. A port of the arcade original, Altered Beast was among the first games for the Sega Mega Drive. It was even included as a pack-in game in North America upon the release of the console in August of 1989. Altered Beast is iconic, well, at least in my mind. It's among the first games that immediately come to mind when someone mentions the Mega Drive or the Genesis. Why wouldn't this game be awesome? You go around punching zombies and you get to transform into a werewolf.
Shut up and take my money!
Getting into the game, look at this text. I haven't played this in years and I admittedly never got past the first stage, but I never noticed this green text here. They couldn't have chosen a better colour to contrast with the level's colour scheme? The arcade original uses red text with a yellow outline. Why couldn't they have gone with that here? I mean, it doesn't matter because nobody is playing this game for the story. First impressions are positive. The digitised voices are very impressive, especially considering there's a handful of them and the size they'll take up in the game's memory. The game displays the major step up in quality the Mega Drive provided over the NES and Sega's own Master System. It's very impressive for a console from the late 80s. But this is where all the nice things I have to say about the game end. This is something many games of this era suffer from, that being the fact that the developers would typically make console ports even harder than they were in the arcades. Altered Beast for the Mega Drive is still operating under the guise of an arcade game, designed to wrangle coins from your wallet. This was before it was generally accepted that the brutal challenge of arcade games don't translate well into a home console setting where you just have to make a one-time payment. I guess the way they rationalise this is that it would extend the game's length and give the players more time with it. The rigid controls don't help matters much either. Very sluggish, and attacks never feel like they're lining up with the enemies. As you progress through the level, you'll collect pellets that gradually increase your muscle mass, making you look like a weird piece of fetish art. After collecting enough, you'll inevitably transform into the Altered Beast. Ironically, this form is less muscular than the one before it. In level 1 you'll turn into a werewolf, which was the main beast that appears in the game's marketing. By other stages, you'll become a crap-looking dragon, bear, tiger, and a golden werewolf? Every stage ends with a boss battle. Funnily enough, these aren't quite as hard as you'd expect them to be. I was able to beat the third stage's boss without getting hit once, because all you have to do is fly straight into them and spam the heavy attack. After the boss battle, Zordon will appear and steal all of your powers, leaving you with the knowledge that you're gonna have to start over in the next level as your puny human form. Your health doesn't get replenished at all either, making the game even more unfair. Other arcade games released the same year as Altered Beast would at least give you back a little health at the beginning of the next stage. So why not here? So, after having spent my whole life stuck on the first stage, has this venture been worth it? No, not really. Stage 2 is a bit rubbish. It looks like trash and these stupid purple glob monsters fill me with a unique sense of rage. The third stage doesn't fare much better. I like these bug enemies that move like background characters from Smiling Friends. The platforming was frustrating. There are these bottomless pits that are obscured by the foreground art. They're a beginner's trap because how am I supposed to know that I can't jump over that? So, using logic and my advanced skills of deduction, I determine my only course of action is to jump up to those platforms. But I can't fucking reach them! Oh, I have to hold up and jump at the same time? I gotta stop playing, otherwise I'm gonna have another heart attack. Well, Altered Beast is a bit of a disappointment. I built up this game in my head where you play as a werewolf and punch zombies into giblets. An Altered Beast is that game, but there's this other crap game getting in the way. Inefficient controls and annoying enemy placement ruin the experience. Although, I cannot deny how impressive it is. It's an awesome translation of the arcade original, and the newfangled gameplay and graphics were leagues ahead of what other home consoles were offering at the time. Maybe this is a generational divide. Maybe I'm giving up and slagging this game off because I wasn't around when it came out. Maybe I have completely different standards compared to someone that was around in 1989. Who knows? Damn, this review was a bit of a bummer, wasn't it? I suppose the one really good thing about the game is the music, and my favourite track is the Game Over theme. Losing has never sounded so good.
Rise from your grave. Sorry, I always wanted to say that.